Welcome to our year-end roundup of events here at Some Arts. A heads up to our viewers, this is the last episode of Some Arts in this format. In the new year, we're going to fold Some Arts coverage and listings into Somerville Neighborhood News, so look out for those changes next year. On to the listings. 2018 was jam-packed with art events all throughout the city and region, and November and December are proving to be no different. Fall means open studios all across New England, and Somerville is no exception. Here's a rundown of 3 open studios events in November and December. The Joy Street Studios take place over the weekend of November 17th and 18th from 12 to 6 at 86 Joy Street. Visit and discover artists and revisit your favorite local small businesses at Joy Street Studios. Temporary parking is available for those visiting the studios. This makes it convenient if you're planning to walk away with any large pieces of artwork. Intrigued? You should be. Find out more at joystreetartist.org. While you're there, venture up the street to 1 Fitchburg Street where the Brick Bottom Open Studios will take place that same weekend. Their artists will open their live work studios to the public, showing and selling work in a wide variety of media and formats. Their Open Studios events offer great opportunities to talk with real working artists and to start or grow an art collection. There are all kinds of works for sale in every price range, and more info is at brickbottom.org. Vernon Street Studios. Artists at Vernon Street Studios welcome the public into their workspaces at 6 and 20 Vernon Street the weekend of December 1st and 2nd for the Vernon Street Open Studios. That's aptly named. Vernon Street Studios is a community well known throughout the area for the quality of work produced by artists with established reputations as well as exciting newcomers. Located in an old industrial building, Vernon Street housed the first group of artists in Somerville to their studios to the public way back in 1975. Open Studios allows attendees to learn about the creative process, interact with artists in the spaces where they create, purchase original artwork, and discover new talent. A full list of artists and more thorough information is at vernonstreet.com. In December, there's one event in Somerville that is synonymous with winter, and it's the Illuminations Tour, which this year is Saturday, December 15th. Come celebrate the folk artistry of residents who transform their houses and yards with lights, illuminated ornaments, and shrines of devotion and fantasy. 45-minute trolley tours leave from and return to Somerville High School Fieldhouse at 81 Highland Ave, where hot coffee, hot chocolate, and hot cookies are served? No, just regular cookies. In addition, there will be craft activities for children. Tickets, which are $15 for adults, $8 for kids under 12 and seniors, go on sale Sunday, December 2nd at 10 a.m. at the Blue Cloud Gallery in Ball Square. That's at 713 Broadway. The tickets raise funds for our friends at the Somerville Arts Council, and more info, including route maps, can be found on their website, somervilleartscouncil.org. Our guests this month are Joe Guthrie from Theater at First, and also Tom Russell from Theater at First. Welcome to the both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks. And we're here to talk about a play that's being staged in November called She Kills Monsters, which is pretty fascinating, and I can't wait to hear about that. But why don't we hear about Theater at First first? Joe, we were talking right now, and you have some pretty amazing stories to tell about your amazing organization, which I don't believe has been featured on Somerville Media Center or Scat TV before. So welcome to you, if that is in fact true. And what can you tell us about Theater at First?
Well, Theater at First was created out of love. Elizabeth Hunter decided she wanted to direct her husband in Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, and called me up and said, "Hey, you were a TD back in college." I was like, "College? That's a long time ago." And she's like, "Come on, you can do this." I'm like, "All right." And she looked at her sister, and her sister's like, "Hey, there's this place we can perform in my church. That sounds great." And so we threw our first play. And you know that scene in the Christmas movie that whose name I can never remember?
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. where they take the $2 bills and they put them. So we made some money, and we sort of very carefully went, we could throw another show. And 15 years later, we're still throwing shows. We are now a 501c3. We are incorporated. We have a sister group called PMRP. We are having a good time. We have a number of marriages based out of it. We have babies who have joined us in our community. It's a thriving group, and we're really proud of it.
That's amazing.
So.
And so the play, She Kills Monsters, is being staged for November.
Yep.
You're all rehearsing right now?
Yeah.
Pretty intensely?
Yeah, we're reaching the end of the finish line here, so
Oh,
a lot
wow.
of things are coming together.
What can you tell us about the play itself?
So the play is about a young woman named Agnes, and she's coming to terms with the loss of her younger sister, Tilly. And she finds a D&D adventure module that she wrote, and she takes it to the local gaming store, and the local gaming nerd there says, I'll run that for you. And so she kind of comes to terms with her sister's loss through playing out this module that she left behind. It's an amazing show. I picked up the script almost by accident. I was interested in something else, but I'm like, oh, that looks cool, I'll take that too. And like about 5 pages in, I'm like, I gotta do this show. This show is great. Like, it's a love letter to people who play D&D in high school. You know, there's a lot of that geeky, nerdy stuff going on. The show has monsters and fights, and it's funny, and it's sad, and there's family bonding, and like, this has everything. I really like it. So I got together a few intelligent people to help me make some good decisions. And I pitched the show to theater at first, and eventually they said, yeah, okay, we can do that. And so, you have a show to do. And I'm like, great, I've got a show to do.
It sounds fun.
It is. It's cool.
What are the challenges in staging something like this?
So the script is very ambitious. There's a lot of scene direction notes that are kind of like, the most incredible fight happens here, you know. And I like those notes actually a little bit. They're not very useful for our tech people, as they've pointed out to me over and over again. But you know, it encourages you to really try some interesting stuff. And so we have giant puppet monsters that we're using for various things. We have a fight choreographer who's been drilling people on various fight scenes, and they're really looking good. But there are, you know, lots of stuff to get done. And it's all coming together, but you know, these last few weeks are always a little hectic as you wait for the last things to come in. But I think it's pretty good. It's looking
Very
good.
nice.
And I think people are really going to be kind of amazed at what a community theater can put together in terms of a show, as ambitious as this.
Were there any D&D consultants within your cast and crew?
Essentially everyone. I mean, I know a couple of people on the Monster crew are like doing a D&D podcast right now, so there's lots of expert help. But what's also been interesting are the people who really didn't know anything about D&D, right? So we've had long discussions on what color are flumps, which is a type of monster, basically. So, our production notes are a little weird looking after
Very
the
cool.
meetings, but.
And what attracted, why is this the type of play that Theater at First is attracted to?
Oh, well, I'd say because it represents a lot of diversity. It has a lot of different hooks that catch us in a lot of different places. There's some interesting twists and turns in the play that resonate really well with a lot of the beliefs and guidance that we have in our group.
And the idea of a play using gaming or game module as a coping strategy, it's very unique.
Yeah.
And it's very it can attract gamers, as you say, and the larger theme of healing through a game is very universal as well. And what about some favorite moments in the play or in rehearsals?
Well, like I say, the fight scenes are looking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that. There's one scene where pretty much everyone is on and off all at once. And so in those fights, we have some great monsters. There's an owl bear, mind flayer, and a flump. If you're a D&D fan, you know what that is. Otherwise, I'm just gonna say they're great monsters, and I think they're pretty neat.
I just like saying flump.
Flump, yeah, it's pretty good. But I mean, there's also some really interesting funny moments. There's kind of a running gag bit with one character which I won't spoil because it's kind of great, but it's always funny every time he shows up on stage. And there have been some really good dramatic moments too, right? Like Agnes is sort of trying to come to terms with Tilly, who's sort of represented in the show as a paladin, right, in the game world. And so they have these kind of interesting conversations, and Agnes has a few really great conversations with Tilly and with some other people in her life about what's been going on with her and things like that. And they carry a surprising amount of weight given the other kind of silliness that goes on around the show. But that's one of the reasons I really like it, because it really kind of covers a broad spectrum.
Does this show feel a little bit like a departure from the usual type of plays that you all stage?
I don't know. I feel it's more ambitious than a lot of the ones that we do. Certainly we're doing a lot of, it's not something that we've never done, but we're doing a lot of things that we don't normally do, I think.
I was going to say,
thinking about it.
No, I can't even claim that per se. I mean, we've done puppet shows in 1X. It's more ambitious. It's on a larger scale, the puppetry, perhaps. We've done shows in this theme, not the D&D, but some of the other themes that are in this. We had a full staged reading at the Somerville Theater. One of the things about theater at first is we're itinerant. So we work in a number of different venues. We've done everything from the Somerville Theater to church basements to Elizabeth Peabody House. We've done various different places. So I'm trying to remember the name of what used to be Jimmy Tingle's.
Oh yes, yeah, that
Rockwell.
Rockwell, yeah. The Rockwell, and so we've done shows all over the Davis Square area and in a couple of other places as well. And so the shows themselves vary based on the space, based on the size, based on the theme. We've done historic, we've done Shakespeare, we've done local playwrights, we've done all sorts of different themes from. Super serious. We did Bent a couple of years ago, which was about homosexuality during World War II in Germany, which was a tearjerker. We've done comedies. We just did Midsummer Night's Dream in the park this summer.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
That's kind of a classic summer thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. And so, besides the fight scenes that you mentioned, what other sorts of things are exciting you about this play right now? That you're seeing in the rehearsal process, or?
Like I say, some of the comedy bits are really good, and like I say, the real interactions that Agnes has and Tilly has with her and some of the other people in her life, like I say, they're really surprising, kind of the depth that they get to, kind of. Considering where it comes in at, I've got this game, and then, she goes into this game world, and there's kind of wacky adventure things that happen, and she's like, what does this all mean exactly? And eventually she sort of starts to find out, and then has these larger conversations. So that's been really exciting. Yeah.
What were some of the reactions that you got from audiences at the stage reading in the Somerville Theater?
When we did this, so the staged reading production was a different show.
Oh, it was a different show? Okay, that's my misunderstanding.
No. We did do a reading of this, and because we read it, a lot of people weren't familiar with the script before it was proposed.
Okay.
And we had a blast.
It sounds like you can't not have a blast with a show that has a setup like this.
Oh, and it has some lovely, you're going down, you're like, oh, I know where this is going. Yeah, whatever, okay. What? We took a left turn at Albuquerque. So I'm excited to see it.
Very nice. And is there anything else that you want to let viewers or possible attendees, anything else you want to entice them with to come to either the show or just to engage with Theater at First?
I would love to say, please come be involved in Theater at First. We want to be welcoming to all of the community as best we can. That we have opportunities. If somebody wants to come see the show, we need ushers all the time. We always need audience members. Techies, come out, be part of the tech crew. Actors, always. So really, there's a place sort of for everyone, we hope. We try and make it so.
And where can people find out more information, and where can they get tickets?
theateratfirst.org. You can spell theater either the TR or the ER way, and you'll end up at theateratfirst.org, which is where you can find tickets and more information about Theater at First.
right, well, thank you very much for coming by. Besides being a tremendous resource for residents, Somerville Public Library is one of our valued community partner organizations. You'll want to check out their website, somervillepubliclibrary.org, for a full list of their events and programs this winter. And here's a few noteworthy ones that we pulled out just for this program. Getting Cozy at the Library takes place 2 Sundays, November 4th and December 2nd from 2 to 4 at the Central Library. The Somerville Public Library will be running this Hygie, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'm going to go with Hygie inspired program all winter long to keep you feeling cozy and happy during the darkest time of the year. The group will be making needle-felted pumpkins in November and hand-stitch ornaments in December. Supplies will be provided at no cost to attendees, and registration is not required. Somerville Reads 2018 Voices of Migration panel will take place Wednesday, November 7th from 7 to 8:30 at the Central Library. We are all migrants through time, says Moshin Hamid in Exit West, a book that explores themes related to migration, in particular why people leave their homes and what arrival is in an unfamiliar land. SPL invited community panelists from Summer Viva, the Welcome Project, and the Somerville Board of Aldermen to share their experiences and personal insights. This program is offered as part of the 2018 Somerville Reads campaign, and Somerville Reads is a citywide reading initiative that encourages all residents to read and discuss the same book to promote literacy and community engagement. Sounds nice. The month-long initiative will continue with citywide programming through November. Attend an opening reception for Union Gulf, an exhibition by Cindy Weisbart, Wednesday, November 7th from 5 to 6 at the Central Library Auditorium at 79 Highland Ave. Longtime Union Square businesses are forced to shutter due to a number of circumstances, and with this exhibition, you can see how one Somerville artist chose to honor the legacy of one such business. Cindy Weisbart, the artist, says, "The brothers who kept my car running at Union Gulf for 11 years owned a garage in Somerville opened by their father when he returned from World War II. Jim is a lawyer, Greg has a degree in economics. The Davidian brothers, based on a lifetime of know-how, training, and big hearts, repaired, replaced, and gave automotive advice." The Beautiful Stuff Project returns on 2 Saturdays, November 17th and December 15th, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Central Library Auditorium, again at 79 Highland Ave. Join the library for a crafty workshop led by the Beautiful Stuff Project. The project's inventory is collected from the excess and scrap of local manufacturers, stores, and artists. Instead of ending up in the trash, they inspire teachers, childcare workers, clinicians, parents, and kids to use these materials for educational, creative, and therapeutic purposes, or just plain fun. Another opening reception, this time for December, We Built This City, is an art reception for an exhibition by Kara Foster Karam, Sunday, December 9th from 2 to 4, once again at the Central Library Auditorium at 79 Highland Ave. According to the artist's website, over the past year, the focus of her paintings has shifted from landscapes celebrating everyday neighborhood scenes in Somerville and Cambridge to paintings of construction vehicles to, most recently, mixed media and paper collage landscapes. Find out more at the opening. The Somerville Public Library and Somerville Media Center present a very merry movie night. We're happy to do this once again, Wednesday, December 19th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. SPL and SMC, once again, we're thrilled to be hosting a second annual holiday movie night. Put on your best ugly sweater and stop by the library for a festive evening of mingling over hot cocoa and snacking on popcorn while watching classic holiday shorts. From November 16th through 18th, families from across Greater Boston will gather at the Somerville Theater, Lesley University College of Art and Design, and MIT to celebrate and inspire creativity in today's youth at the 6th Annual Boston International Kids Film Festival. The mission of the BIKFF is to inspire kids to use the media to tell their own stories, while screening some of the best films that independent filmmaking has to offer. Over 50 films have been accepted to this year's festival, representing 16 countries. There's enough for everybody. Professionally made feature-length films and documentaries, shorts appropriate for kids ages 10 and under, short films for middle school students and older. Something to note, Roughly 40% of the films being screened are student-made, with the producers and directors being 18 years of age or younger. That's very impressive. Student-made films will be screened on Saturday, November 17th, beginning at 1:30, and will be live judged. Lisa Strout of the MA Film Office has signed on to be a judge, and a number of other invitations to prominent members of the filmmaking community are pending. All screenings are open to the public, and tickets can be purchased at bikff.org. Looking for an adults-only antidote to the saccharine holiday entertainment? You may want to check out the Somerville Theater as The Slutcracker hits the stage once again from November 30th to December 31st. Now in its 10th year, The Slutcracker is a parody of Tchaikovsky's famed 1890s ballet, Casse-Noisette, or The Nutcracker. Sold-out audiences since the play's first season have been repeated year after year, and the play was even staged at the Théâtre Saint-Denis in Montreal in 2010. The story preserves the structure of the original ballet, only the main characters have grown up a little. A courtship and devious Aunt Drosselmeyer sets the stage for Clara's transformation and awakening in the kingdom of sexual fantasy. Tickets and info at thesomervilletheater.com. That's it for Some Arts, folks. For those viewers that have enjoyed this format, we appreciate it. We are going to be changing things up a bit going forward, so look out for that, as we are always looking for new ways to engage with you, the Somerville audience. As always, this is Dave, and on behalf of Some Arts and the Somerville Media Center, thank you for watching, and we will be seeing you in the new year.